The Jungle Book. In a lush and remote corner of the jungle, where sunlight filtered through the dense canopy, a young boy named Maz embarked on an extraordinary adventure. His journey would take him deep into the heart of the jungle, where he would learn valuable lessons about life, friendship, and the natural world. Maz was an adventurous and inquisitive boy, known for his boundless curiosity. He lived in a small village, at the edge of the jungle, nestled near the towering trees and teeming wildlife. Despite the comforts of home, Maz was drawn to the mysteries of the jungle, which called to him like an enchanting melody. Maz chose to venture into the enchanted depths of the bush one bright morning. He ventured out into the unknown, armed only with his unshakable spirit and a little rucksack loaded with fruits and water. The familiar sounds of his hamlet faded into the background as he traveled farther into the jungle, replaced by nature's symphony. Maz was awestruck by the beauty of the jungle. Vibrant butterflies flitted by, colorful birds sang their melodic tunes, and soft streams whispered secrets as they twisted through the underbrush. But the jungle was more than a lovely backdrop. It was a place of wonder and peril, with surprises and challenges at every turn. As Maz went deeper, he met a variety of animal companions. Amr, a cunning monkey, taught him the art of hanging from tree to tree and picking fruits high in the branches. He learned from Amr that he could overcome any difficulty with determination and practice. He met a wise elderly elephant named Same further into the woods. Same taught them about the jungle's fragile equilibrium and the need of protecting their shared home. Maz realized that the jungle was more than just his playground. It was also a community of interwoven life. As the days passed, Maz's jungle journey continued, and he found himself in the company of many more animal friends. He learned about the art of camouflage from a cunning chameleon, the patience of a wizened turtle, and the bravery of a fierce tiger. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Maz encountered hazards and learned the value of remaining cautious in the wilderness. He also had great joyous moments, such as playing with bear cubs and sharing stories with wise old owls under the starlit sky. One evening, as the golden sun dipped below the horizon and the jungle settled into a tranquil slumber, Maz realized the depth of his connection to this incredible place. The jungle wasn't just a mysterious wilderness, it was a tapestry of life, and he was a part of it. He realized it was time to go home with a heavy heart. The lessons he had learned from his animal buddies, the respect he had gained for the jungle, and the awe he had felt would shape his existence for the rest of his life. He would take these lessons back to his town and tell everyone he knew about them. On his return, he shared his experiences with his friends and family in the hopes of inspiring people to enjoy nature and recognize the significance of protecting it. Maz had realized that true adventure was more than just touring the world. It was also about learning and growing, making friends, and appreciating the environment around us. For Maz, the Jungle Book was more than just a story of adventure. It was a reminder of the wonders of the jungle and the importance of coexisting with the ecosystem. His experiences connected the hamlet and the bush, forming a harmonic tie between the two realms. Maz took the spirit of the forest with him from that day on, continuing to explore, study, and teach the things he had learned. His exploits would inspire people to appreciate nature's wonders and the beauty of coexisting, just as he had done in the midst of the jungle. As a result, the story of Maz's epic trek through the jungle became a source of inspiration for all who heard it, reminding everyone that the world around us is an incredible place full of lessons waiting to be learned, adventures waiting to be enjoyed. Zani and the Mischievous Monkeys. Once upon a time, in a lively village nestled by the lush green forests, there lived a spirited little girl named Zani. She was known for her boundless energy, her curiosity, and her love for the outdoors. Zani was the kind of child who couldn't resist the allure of the natural world. She found wonder in the simplest of things, and her heart brimmed with compassion for all living creatures. One sunny morning, as the golden rays of the sun streamed through her bedroom window, Zani woke up with an extra twinkle in her eye. She had a special adventure in mind for the day. She hurriedly got dressed, put on her sturdy sneakers, and grabbed her backpack, which was always packed with her exploratory essentials: a magnifying glass, a notepad, and a small first aid kit, just in case. With a cheerful goodbye to her parents, Zani set off for the forest. Her destination was a hidden gem known as Monkey Meadow, a place where a troop of playful monkeys lived. The monkeys had a reputation for being a bit mischievous, and the villagers kept their distance. But Zani was different. She believed that, with kindness and understanding, she could make friends with anyone, even mischievous monkeys. As she reached the edge of the forest, she noticed the lively chattering of the monkeys in the distance. Her heart raced with excitement. Zani took a deep breath and ventured deeper into the woods. The dense foliage and towering trees formed a magical canopy. Dappled with sunlight, the forest seemed to hum with the secrets of the natural world. Zani's journey led her to a clearing where she spotted the monkeys. They were leaping from tree to tree, swinging on vines, and playing pranks on each other. Zani watched with amazement. Their acrobatics were like a circus in the wild. Approaching the monkeys slowly, Zani sat down and took out a piece of fruit from her backpack. She offered it to the monkeys as a gesture of friendship. At first, they eyed her warily, but when they realized she meant no harm, they cautiously came closer. One brave little monkey with inquisitive eyes reached out and took the fruit from Zani's hand. From that moment, a bond began to form. Zani spent hours with the monkeys, sharing her snacks, playing games, and observing their antics. She named them one by one: Cheeky, Rascal, and Skipper, to name a few. They in turn became her loyal companions in the forest. Days turned into weeks, and Zani's friendship with the monkeys deepened. She discovered that they were mischievous, not out of malice, but out of sheer joy for life. Their playfulness was infectious, and it filled her heart with laughter and happiness. One sunny afternoon, as Zani sat beneath a giant oak tree with her monkey friends, she had an idea. She opened her notepad and started drawing a beautiful, vibrant mural on the tree's bark. The monkeys watched with keen interest, and soon they joined in. They used leaves, berries, and even their own paws to create a masterpiece on the tree's canvas. The mural told a story of friendship, cooperation, and the magic of the forest. It was a symbol of the bond between Zani and her mischievous monkey friends. As the days turned into months, Zani's adventures in the forest with her monkey companions became legendary in the village. The villagers marveled at the beautiful mural and the incredible bond Zani had formed with the once mischievous monkeys. Zani had not only made friends but had also taught the village an important lesson. Through her kindness, patience, and love for the natural world, she had shown that understanding and empathy could bridge gaps and build unbreakable bonds. And so, in the heart of the forest, Zani and her mischievous monkeys continued to play, laugh, and explore the wonders of the wild. Together, they proved that when you approach life with an open heart and a spirit of friendship, even the most mischievous of companions can become your dearest friends. With that, it was time to head back home, but the memories of Monkey Meadow and her special friends would stay with Zani forever. As she waved goodbye to the monkeys and stepped out of the forest, she knew that she had uncovered the magic of friendship in the most unexpected place. And so, in the village nestled by the lush green forests, Zani's story became a cherished tale, a reminder that true friendship knows no boundaries and that even the mischievous can find their way to kindness. And with the knowledge that kindness had triumphed, Zani returned to the village, her heart full of joy, and her spirit forever connected to the magical world of the mischievous monkeys. The magical apple tree. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between lush green hills, there lived a young girl named Nahal. She was known for her kind heart and a natural curiosity that sparkled in her warm brown eyes. Nahal was always eager to learn and explore. One bright morning, as Nahal strolled through the village, she overheard some villagers talking about a magical apple tree hidden deep within the enchanted forest. It was said that the tree bore apples of extraordinary sweetness and carried the power to grant a single wish to those who dared to pluck them. Intrigued by this mysterious tale, Nahal decided to embark on an adventure to find the magical apple tree. She believed that her one true wish would be to help her village, her family, and her friends. With this selfless desire in her heart, she set off towards the forest. The journey through the forest was a thrilling one. Nahal crossed babbling brooks, ventured through dappled glades, and made friends with playful woodland creatures. She found her way guided by the songs of the birds and the gentle rustling of leaves. As she delved deeper into the forest, Nahal stumbled upon a tree, bathed in golden sunlight. Unlike any she had ever seen, its branches bore ripe crimson apples that glistened in the warm, magical glow. This was the legendary magical apple tree. With great care, Nahal plucked an apple from the tree, making a wish in her heart. She wished for happiness, good health, and prosperity to fill the lives of her loved ones and her village. At that very moment, a cascade of silver stardust showered over Nahal, surrounding her in a magical embrace. She felt as though her wish had been granted. Filled with gratitude, she made her way back to the village, carrying the precious apple with her. When Nahal returned, the village was indeed transformed. The villagers were happier and healthier than ever before, and the village itself seemed to sparkle with an enchanting radiance. Everyone rejoiced, thanking Nahal for her selfless wish. As time passed, Nahal discovered that the magic of the apple was not just in the wish granting, but in the selflessness of the wish itself. The apple tree had responded to her kindness and her genuine desire to make the world a better place. The magical apple tree had taught Nahal an important lesson. It wasn't just about making wishes, but about using one's wishes for the betterment of others and the community. Her selfless heart had made the true magic happen, transforming not only her life but the lives of those around her. And so, the story of Nahal and the magical apple tree became a beloved tale in the village, a story of selflessness, the power of kindness, and the true magic that resides in our hearts. Nahal's adventure taught everyone that when we wish for the well-being of others, our world becomes a brighter and more magical place every single day. Sophie and the Singing Songbirds. In a small, charming village situated between rolling hills, there lived a girl named Sophie. She was known throughout the village for her lovely voice. Sophie had a heart full of music, and whenever she sang, it felt like the world paused to listen. Sophie chose to travel outside her usual surroundings. One wonderful morning, as the golden sun stretched its beams across the village, she wished to venture beyond the boundaries of the community and discover new melodies to share with her family and friends. Carrying only a small bag filled with some snacks and her treasured notebook, Sophie set out on her journey. She walked along the winding paths, each step filled with anticipation. The further she walked, the more the world unfolded before her. She saw meadows painted with wildflowers, clear streams gurgling with joy, and forests bustling with life. Sophie chose to travel outside her usual surroundings one wonderful morning. As the golden sun stretched its beams across the village, she wished to venture beyond the boundaries of the community and discover new melodies to share with her family and friends. Sophie met a family of birds along the road. The birds were unlike anything she'd ever seen before. With vivid, colorful feathers and a melodic call, they formed a living choir, perched on branches, and their songs filled the air with a wonderful sound. Sophie introduced herself to the singing songbirds. Melody, the songbirds' elder, greeted her with warm and chirpy grins. They were impressed with Sophie's singing and invited her to join their group. Delighted, Sophie agreed and shared her voice with the songbirds. Her singing blended seamlessly with their songs, creating a symphony of sound that resonated through the forest. The entire world seemed to dance to the rhythm of their music. Sophie realized it was time to return to her hometown as the day turned to twilight and the first stars began to sparkle. She had discovered a great musical world outside of her home, but she was aware that her family and friends would miss her. With a heavy heart, she bid farewell to her feathered friends and promised to return soon. The songbirds sang a parting tune, each note filled with gratitude and friendship. Sophie continued her journey home, her heart filled with songs, stories, and new friends. Sophie realized it was time to return to her hometown as the day turned to twilight and the first stars began to sparkle. She had discovered a great musical world outside of her home, but she was aware that her family and friends would miss her. From that day on, Sophie's voice seemed to carry an extra layer of magic. Her songs echoed not just her village but the world beyond, a testament to the beautiful melodies she had shared with her newfound friends. As a result, the narrative of Sophie and the Singing Songbirds became a local favorite, a story of adventure, music, and the wonder of bringing worlds together through song. Sophie had realized that the gift of music and the delight of sharing it with others was the truest enchantment. Mona's Voyage of Courage. In a beautiful island village, there lived a spirited and determined young girl named Mona. The island was her home, and her people had lived there for generations, protected by a surrounding reef. But something was amiss. The coconuts were rotting, the fish were disappearing, and the island's resources were dwindling. Though Mona was destined to lead her people in the future, she was itching for adventure outside of the reef. The huge ocean encircling her house made her heart lurch to explore. But since he believed it to be too perilous, her father, Chief Tui, had forbade anyone to travel farther than the reef. Mona's grandmother, Tala, had always encouraged her adventurous spirit. Tala believed that the heart of Tifiti, a goddess, had been stolen long ago, and returning it could restore balance to the world. Mona carried the heart, but she had no idea how important it truly was. Though Mona was destined to lead her people in the future, she was itching for adventure outside of the reef. The huge ocean encircling her house made her heart lurch to explore. But since he believed it to be too perilous, her father, Chief Tui, had forbade anyone to travel farther than the reef. She encountered the demigod, Maui, who had stolen the heart of Tifiti. With determination and courage, she confronted him, convincing him to help her return the heart. Their journey was filled with trials, but it was also a journey of self-discovery. Mona learned about her own strength and the importance of listening to her inner voice. She also saw Maui's transformation from a self-absorbed trickster to a hero with a big heart. Mona's grandmother, Tala, had always encouraged her adventurous spirit. Tala believed that the heart of Tifiti, a goddess, had been stolen long ago, and returning it could restore balance to the world. Mona carried the heart, but she had no idea how important it truly was. When things got really bad on the island, Mona's grandmother helped her on her mission to restore Tifiti by telling her the old secret about its heart. Mona's perseverance helped her go past the reef and face the biggest obstacles in the ocean. Mona's people carried on living in harmony with the natural world as the night sky shimmered over the island, understanding that the ocean held secrets and that their island home was a treasure that needed to be guarded. And Mona was hailed as the courageous adventurer who restored hope to their life, demonstrating that a young child may indeed be a hero. Frozen Adventure. Elsa and Anna dwelt in the lovely realm of Arendelle, tucked among snow-capped mountains. Their narrative of love, magic, and bravery is one that youngsters will remember. Elsa was born with a wonderful gift, the ability to produce ice and snow. Her powers filled their children with magical winter adventures. But with immense power came enormous responsibility. An accident one day revealed Elsa's magic to the world, forcing her to hide her skills and split herself off from her beloved sister. The palace gates remained closed, over the years, and Elsa was alone. Anna, the pinnacle of love and determination, was perplexed as to why her sister had withdrew. She yearned for the connection they used to have. Because of Elsa's fear and anxiety, Arendelle was plunged into an unending winter one fateful day. Anna realized she had to bring her sister back and break the ice spell. She set off on a risky trip to locate Elsa, her heart full of love. Children would learn lessons about love, determination, and courage as the story progressed. Children learned the value of loyalty and sacrifice from Anna's enduring love for her sister and her commitment to save Arendelle. Elsa's journey of self-acceptance and acceptance of her powers emphasizes the importance of self-discovery and self-belief. In the end, it is the children's awareness that love may take various forms, including sibling relationships and self-acceptance, that saves the day. Frozen not only tells an entertaining story, but it also teaches vital life lessons that children may apply to their own travels. And so, the story of Elsa and Anna remains an iconic tale, reminding children that love, whether familial or self-love, is a powerful force capable of melting even the iciest of challenges. The Lion King. In the heart of the African savanna, there was a vast and diverse kingdom where animals of all kinds coexisted. At the heart of this kingdom was the Pride Lands, ruled by a mighty lion named Mufasa. Mufasa had a young son named Simba, who was born to inherit the throne one day. Simba was full of curiosity and adventure, always getting into playful mischief with his best friend Nala. But he was also eager to prove that he could be a brave and responsible future king. However, this young lion's life took a tragic turn when his uncle, Scar, set a dangerous trap. Simba's father, Mufasa, was killed while saving Simba's life. Scar manipulated the situation, convincing Simba that his father's death was his fault. Devastated and filled with guilt, Simba fled the Pride Lands. On his own, Simba encountered a meerkat named Timon and a warthog named Pumbaa. They showed him a carefree way of life, away from responsibilities and worries. Simba embraced their Hakuna Matata philosophy, living a life free of worry. Meanwhile, back in the Pride Lands, Scar's rule led to suffering. The once thriving kingdom turned into a barren wasteland. Simba's childhood friend Nala had grown into a fearless and determined lioness. She left the Pride Lands in search of help and was surprised to find Simba alive. Nala implored Simba to return and take his rightful place as king to restore the Pride Lands to their former glory. At first, Simba hesitated, still burdened by his past. However, he had to confront his fears, his past, and his responsibilities. With the support of Nala and his newfound friends, Timon and Pumbaa, Simba returned to the Pride Lands. A mighty battle ensued between Simba and Scar, leading to the truth about Mufasa's death being revealed. Simba defeated Scar and took his place as the true king. The Pride Lands were restored, and the circle of life continued. Simba, now a wiser and more responsible ruler, led his kingdom with compassion and strength. The Lion King teaches kids about the importance of responsibility, courage, and facing one's past. It emphasizes the idea that running from your problems won't make them disappear, and that true strength comes from acknowledging your responsibilities and making the right choices, even when they're difficult. As the sun set over the Pride Lands, the animals roared in celebration, and Simba's roar of responsibility echoed across the kingdom, inspiring generations to come. Giraffe's journey to the Cloud Kingdom. Gus, a friendly and attentive giraffe, once resided in the midst of the African savanna. Gus had long legs, a pleasant face, and a dreamy heart. He was notable not only for his towering stature, but also for his extraordinary trips. Gus, on the other hand, spent his days staring up at the huge sky, while other giraffes munched on acacia leaves and socialized. He was fascinated by the world beyond his reach, particularly the lovely, fluffy clouds that drifted high overhead. Gus had a strong desire to embark on a new journey, one sunny morning as the sun bathed the savannah in lovely shades of gold and orange. He told his best friend, Ella, a wise, old elephant who had gone far and wide across the savannah. Ella, Gus replied excitedly, I've always dreamed of reaching the cloud kingdom high up in the sky. I want to get near to the clouds, feel them, and maybe learn what secrets they carry. Ella, who had been a faithful friend and mentor to Gus, knew of his adventurous spirit. She nodded with a warm smile. Gus, my dear friend, you've always been one to chase your dreams. If you truly wish to reach the cloud kingdom, I'll do my best to support you. But remember, this journey will be filled with challenges. Gus's heart was overflowing with thankfulness. Thank you so much, Ella. I swear I'll be cautious and prepared. Gus began making arrangements for his future journey with Ella's help. He gathered food and carried it in a tiny rucksack, including succulent leaves and berries. He also drew the clouds, a piece of the sky he could save as a remembrance of his mission. His leaving date had finally arrived. Gus stood on the rim of the enormous savannah, gazing out at the infinite horizon. He took a big breath, extended his long neck into the heavens, and began his voyage to the cloud kingdom. As he traveled farther into the savannah, he met numerous creatures that imparted their knowledge. An elderly owl taught him the value of bravery. A wise tortoise taught patience and perseverance, and a quick cheetah demonstrated the importance of speed and agility. These experiences were not only lessons, but also blessings that would help Gus on his extraordinary path. Nonetheless, he encountered various obstacles on his trip to the Cloud Kingdom. The voyage had been lengthy and dangerous. Gus traversed deep jungles, fast rivers, and hot deserts. Despite this, he never lost sight of his aim. Gus landed at the foot of a massive mountain after days of trekking. At the summit was the legendary Cloud Kingdom, where the clouds were thought to be reachable. The ascent was treacherous, but Gus clung to the knowledge he had received from his animal companions. He began the ascent with courage, patience, and endurance. The mountain was more than just a physical obstacle. It also put Gus's determination and passion to the test. Along the journey, he encountered challenges and confronted his darkest anxieties. But with each stride, he got closer to the clouds he'd always wanted to touch. Gus finally made it to the top after a long and arduous climb. He was awestruck by the gorgeous Cloud Kingdom that lay before him, like cotton candy in the sky, fluffy white. Clouds spread as far as the eye could see. Gus had achieved his goal. Gus leaned out and tentatively touched a cloud. It was as smooth, cool, and beautiful as he had imagined. He couldn't stop smiling. He had arrived in the Cloud Kingdom, but the event had also taught him an important lesson. The journey itself, with all of its challenges and sufferings, was as important as reaching the Cloud Kingdom. Gus had realized that with perseverance and the assistance of others, dreams may be realized. Gus relished his time in the Cloud Kingdom with a grateful heart. He ran through the clouds, laughed with the wind, and reveled in the fulfillment of his dream. He knew that one day he would return to the savannah with stories to inspire others to pursue their own goals. Gus made his way back down the mountain as the sun began to set, throwing a warm, golden tint across the Cloud Kingdom. Ready to share his fantastic experience with his pals, Gus had touched the clouds, but the experience had touched his heart in a way he would never forget. He knew that dreams could come true with determination, courage, and the support of friends and the lessons he had learned along the way. So, back on the savannah, Gus told his story, motivating others to shoot for the stars and make their dreams come true. They discovered the extraordinary voyage to the Cloud Kingdom in the heart of one curious giraffe. Spirited away. A little girl named Chihiro lived in a peaceful town that was tucked away at the edge of a large forest. She was a typical young girl with a remarkable curiosity. She would explore the meadows and forests every day after school, her eyes wide with a Chihiro made the decision to take her parents on a family drive. One beautiful afternoon, they followed a narrow, overgrown path that led them deep into the forest. They came onto an old, moss-covered stone archway leading to what appeared to be an abandoned amusement park. As the trees got denser and the path got smaller, the moment they stepped through the archway, they were met with an otherworldly sight. An enchanting town, brimming with spirits and magical creatures, materialized before their eyes. Chihiro's parents were so entranced by the delicious aromas coming from an open-air food market that they hardly noticed the transformation. They sat down to eat, leaving Chihiro alone to explore this newfound wonderland. The genuine essence of the town surfaced when the sun began to set. Chihiro's parents were punished for their gluttony by having their spirits emerge from their hiding places and take the form of pigs. Chihiro, scared and alone, was forced to look for work at the bathhouse for spirits, which is managed by Yubaba, a harsh yet compassionate witch. Chihiro acquired new human and spirit companions. In this enigmatic planet, she made friends with a soot sprite, encountered a mysterious river spirit, and developed a close bond with Haku, the devoted but enigmatic dragon of the bathhouse. Chihiro faced many difficulties and obstacles. In his trip, she gained courage, the ability to outsmart spirits, and knowledge of the peculiar traditions of the spirit world. As she became stronger and more independent, she learned her real name was Senral. She never wavered in her resolve to free her parents or in her compassion for others. Along her quest, Chihiro's tenacity and her love for her parents won out in the end. She went up against Yubaba, who had put her parents in jail, and used her real name to set them and herself free. After their adventures, Chihiro and her parents returned to the human world with profoundly altered lives. Spirited Away teaches kids about courage, adaptability, and the strength to face the unknown. It underscores the importance of kindness, even in unfamiliar and challenging situations. Chihiro's journey in a world of spirits and magic reflects the universal theme of growing up and finding one's inner strength. Just like Chihiro, kids can overcome adversity with bravery, compassionate heart, Beauty and the Beast. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village, there lived a young woman named Bella. She was known for her kind heart and her love for reading. Bella's father was an inventor, and they both enjoyed spending time together in their cozy home filled with books and gadgets. One day, Bella's father set out on a journey to showcase his inventions at a faraway fair. Bella, worried for her father's safety, gave him a loving embrace and wished him a safe trip. Little did she know that this would be the beginning of a remarkable adventure. Months passed, and there was no word from Bella's father. Fearing the worst, Bella decided to embark on a quest to find him. She journeyed through deep forests, crossed rivers, and climbed mountains. Her determination and kindness led her to a mysterious and secluded castle hidden in the woods. The castle, however, was no ordinary place. It was enchanted, and its halls were inhabited by talking household items like Lumi Ray, the charming candelabra, and Cogsworth, the punctual clock. They revealed to Bella that her father was indeed a guest in this peculiar castle, but he was held captive by the beast, a once handsome prince transformed into a monstrous creature due to his selfishness. As Bella tried to negotiate with the beast, she realized that beneath his fearsome exterior, he was lonely and misunderstood. Bella's kindness and her ability to see beyond appearances gradually warmed the beast's heart. She discovered a magical rose in the castle that symbolized their growing bond. However, this rose was withering, and if its petals fell before the beast found true love, he would remain a creature forever. Despite her fears, Bella stayed in the castle, forming deep connections with the enchanted household items. She and the beast spent time together, and as days turned into weeks, their friendship blossomed into love. Bella's love for the beast and the lessons she learned about looking past external appearances broke the enchantment, transforming the beast back into a prince. In the end, the beast's castle was no longer filled with enchantments, but with love, laughter, and beautiful friendships. Bella's father was rescued, and he too found happiness in the village. The villagers who had once been wary of the beast learned valuable lessons about acceptance and the importance of looking beyond appearances. Bella and the Enchanted Rose teaches kids about the power of kindness, empathy, and seeing the beauty within. It reminds them that appearances can be deceiving and that true love is based on understanding and compassion. Bella's journey is an enchanting tale that highlights the significance of inner beauty and the strength of love. Ella and the magic of kindness. In a village, there lived a kind and gentle girl named Ella. She faced the hardships of life with a smile, even after her loved mother passed away. Her father, remarried to a woman with 2 daughters, hoped to provide a happy family for Ella. However, Ella's stepmother and stepsisters were unkind and treated her poorly. They gave her the nickname Cinderella because she often had to clean the ashes from the fireplace. Despite the challenges, Ella remained resilient, finding solace in the company of the animals she befriended in the woods. One day, an invitation to the royal ball arrived. The entire village was buzzing with excitement, but Ella's stepmother forbade her from attending. As Ella wept in the garden, a magical presence appeared, her mother's spirit. With a sprinkle of fairy dust, Ella was transformed into a vision of grace and beauty, complete with a dazzling gown and glasses, slippers. At the ball, Ella captivated everyone, including the kind-hearted prince. However, the enchantment had a deadline. Ella had to leave before midnight, when the magic would wear off. In her rush, she left behind a single glass slipper. The prince, determined to find the mysterious maiden, visited Ella's village with the glass slipper. When he arrived at Ella's house, her stepsisters tried to squeeze into the delicate shoe, but it only fit Ella. The prince recognized her as the enchanting maiden from the ball. Ella's kindness and grace touched the prince's heart. Instead of seeking revenge for the mistreatment she endured, Ella forgave her stepsisters. In a surprising twist, the stepsisters, moved by Ella's compassion, apologized for their behavior, and the family reconciled. Ella and the magic of kindness teaches kids the transformative power of kindness and forgiveness. It emphasizes that true beauty comes from within and that even in challenging circumstances, a kind heart can change lives. Ella's story is a timeless reminder that goodness prevails, and love and forgiveness have the power to create magical transformations in our lives. Zaid and the Enchanted Lamp. A young and daring kid named Zaid lived in the city of Agrabah. With a heart full of aspirations, he strolled around the vibrant marketplace and the bustling streets. When Zaid came into an old antique store run by a mysterious guy named Mustafa, his life was forever changed. Among the dusty treasures, Zaid discovered a peculiar lamp. Little did he know, this lamp held the key to magical adventures. As Zaid rubbed the lamp, out emerged a spirited genie named Farid, ready to grant him 3 wishes. Zaid, initially overwhelmed by the possibilities, wished for prosperity for his struggling neighborhood. In an instant, the streets transformed into a vibrant, thriving community. The once rundown buildings were replaced with cheerful homes, and the market was filled with laughter and joy. For his second wish, Zaid wished for knowledge and wisdom. Suddenly, books materialized around him, and Zaid found himself with the ability to learn and understand anything he desired. He became a beacon of inspiration for the other children in Agrabah, encouraging them to pursue education and knowledge. As Zaid contemplated his final wish, he witnessed the plight of a lonely girl named Layla. With a selfless heart, Zaid used his last wish to bring happiness to Layla's life. In an instant, her surroundings transformed into a beautiful garden filled with blooming flowers and friendly animals. Zaid's story spread far and wide, inspiring others to use their wishes for the betterment of their communities. Farid, the genie, was proud of Zaid's choices, and Agraba became a city where people worked together to create a harmonious and prosperous environment. Zaid and the enchanted lamp teaches kids the importance of selflessness, community, and using their abilities to make a positive impact. The story encourages children to dream big, aspire for knowledge, and most importantly, to use their strengths to bring happiness to others. Zaid's journey is a reminder that true magic lies in the ability to make a difference in lives.